Good evening, everyone. Today is Sunday, January 25th, 2015, and we have a lot to talk about. The picture you're looking at right now is precipitation that's going to be courtesy of Winter Storm Iola. Iola right now is nothing more than a harmless clipper system over the Midwest right now, and it's going to track east-southeastward towards the Carolinas, where it will form a secondary low, and this low is just going to rapidly bomb out as it heads northeastward. Here's how it's going to happen in terms of surface level, pressure, and precipitation. So the snow in New York City should begin mid-morning, should begin late tomorrow morning, around 8 or 9 o'clock. The snow should become heavy at times late tomorrow evening and become really, really heavy and wind-driven by Tuesday morning. By Tuesday morning, you'll be talking about blizzard conditions. Winds up to 40 miles an hour in gusts. You'll have sustained winds 20 to 30, gusts up to 40. You could have gusts up to 50 at the coast. And you might even be having thunder snow. This area might have thunder snow. Even though there's no convective in nature, there's definitely going to be some instability here. If you look at how intense this is, if this is rainfall, this is intense. Sometimes when they show thunderstorms, they show rainfall that's this intense. So yes, we will definitely be talking about thunder snow tomorrow evening and overnight Tuesday. And we will definitely be talking about thunder snow tomorrow evening and into Tuesday morning. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see a brilliant flash of light out of your window and hear some muffled thunder. Why am I saying muffled? Because the snow will actually absorb some of the sound. So instead of hearing a great crack like you would in the winter, you would hear more of a muffled rumble. And that will definitely occur tomorrow evening as the storm winds up. And instead of pulling out quickly, it's going to slow down and actually lose its own steam as it's pulling out. So, how much snow might we talking about? The NAM model is predicting 2 to 3 feet. And I talked to a meteorologist who's a friend of mine, and he said that he trusts the NAM model and that it's very reliable. Yes, the NAM model is very reliable up to hour 60. The GFS, though, he said, is not so reliable because it's kind of underdoing the precipitation. It's showing not enough precip and the air is too warm. But for a storm that's being so strong, it's going to have a lot of precipitation. But look at the temperatures. In maybe the mid-20s, while the NAM, on the other hand, for the northeast, is showing a much different picture. This is the 18Z NAM we're currently looking at. So, about the same time, let's see what's going to happen. Temperatures are about the same. However, temperatures aloft will be much colder. So let's look at a sounding right now for the northeast, for the New York City metropolitan area. And this sounding will show whether the snow is going to be wet or dry. So you can see it's going to go down. The warmest it's going to become is going to be about 5 degrees Celsius. That's about the low 20s. Low to mid 20s. And then but look where it's going to connect. You can see right here where it's going to connect. That is, that's where you're going to have the highest level of humidity, and that's where you're going to have precipitation condense. But also, you could even have some precipitation condensing here, so you'll have a mixture of dendrites and regular snow and the needles as it warms up a little bit. But overall, I think it's going to be dendrites because of how cold it's going to be. So yes, we could be talking about a 1 to 20 ratio potentially here in the New York City area. But I'm not going to push it. I'm going to say 1 to 15. So doing the math, 15 times an inch and a half. That's going to be about 2 feet approximately. But so let's actually get the calculator and check. So I'm going to do a moderate prediction. I'm going to do a modest prediction. I'm not going to go crazy about it. 1.5 times 15. So let's see. Maybe just a little shy of 2 feet. 22.5 inches. So yeah, we will definitely get 20 to 30 inches in New York City. And say we don't get say we get like a 1.4 and maybe a 17-inch ratio, 1 to 17. We're still talking about on an order of 1 to 2 feet of snow in New York City. So either way, we're going to be talking about a blockbuster. Say the NAM is right, and it's a 1.4, 1.5 ratio. That's 28 inches of snow. Say it's 2.2 with a 1.7 ratio because, you know, say dynamic cooling and all that. That's going to be 37 inches. So we could be talking about maybe a foot, maybe 2, maybe even 3 feet. But I'm, you know, going to try to crunch the numbers in my head. I'm averaging the GFS, the Euro, and the NAM. And I'm going to speculate. I'm only going to say this. I am predicting 18 to 24 inches, locally up to 3 feet, up to 30 inches. I am not going to say 3 feet. I think the 3-foot amounts, if they do occur, would be in Connecticut and eastern Massachusetts. Here is why. You're going to have very cold air in Connecticut. Temperatures in the teens. So let's go into Connecticut right now. This is Hartford. This is the Hartford area. And Hartford could be talking about 3 feet plus, maybe even 4 feet. You see, this is the perfect dendrite zone. It's not going to warm up anything above 5 degrees Celsius, negative. So look, minus 5 times 1.8 plus 32. It's going to be about 23 degrees, low 20s. That's a 1 to 15 ratio. Maybe 1 to 20. 1 to 15, 1 to 20 ratio. I'm going to look at the charts right now and see snowfall water ratio. This is what I wanted to show you. And it's here's the snowfall water melt table. It's going to be about 27 to 20 degrees. About 2 inches of snow. But you could have the temperatures being below 20 degrees where you have the dendrites forming. You see right here. That could be a 1 to 20 ratio right there. And with about an inch of snow, inch of water, so say it's 19 to 15 degrees, 2 inches of snow, 4 inches of water. 2 inches of water could translate to 40 inches of snow. You could have a 1 to 20 ratio. 1 to 20 ratio with temperatures in the teens. That translates into 40 inches of snow. New York City, I think, will not be as extreme, but still, a 1 to 15 ratio, you're going to get 15 to 30 inches of snow. So I'm going to say 18 to 24 for New York City right now. 18 to 24. They're saying 20 to 30. I think that is, for the city, I think that's a little overblown. But I think the city itself will get 18 to 24. I'm talking about like Manhattan. Queens, where you might not have as much urban heat island effect, you might get maybe 24 to 36 inches. Because you will have water coming off of Long Island Sound. And then, so northeast winds. And then you're going to have winds coming down from the Hudson Valley. And they're going to collide right over Queens. In Queens, you could have 24 to 30 inches. Also, you'll be a little closer to the storm. So Queens, Long Island, maybe 24 to 30. But as you go further east, it's going to warm up. So I think the jackpot in terms of snowfall for New York City will be in Queens. Queens and Brooklyn will be the jackpot. And yeah, definitely Connecticut. Connecticut, no doubt, is going to get above 3 feet. Maybe some 40-inch amounts cannot be ruled out in Connecticut. This is definitely going to be a record-breaking storm. I think New York City, you are going to get a top 5. You might even get a second or third place. You might get close to 2 feet, possibly. You will definitely get thunder snow. thundersnow will definitely occur. Most likely between 8 p.m. and 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday night into Tuesday morning. That's when you're going to get the thundersnow. That's when you're going to get the visibilities that are going to be white out. That's when you're going to get snowfall rates of 2, 3, maybe even 4 inches an hour in some of those extreme snow bands. And yes, this is going to be a very, very dangerous situation. They already issued a blizzard warning for the city, talking about 20 to 30 inches of snow. So I'm going to go to the Weather Underground website where I will show you the blizzard statement for the city. Going to my area. Potentially historic blizzard. I've been following this before they even started issuing these warnings. I think these gusts are a little overblown. We're not going to get 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts. No doubt. No, we're not going to get these wind gusts. But they might occur, but from what I saw in the models, we're not going to get these kind of wind gusts. 20 to 30 inches of snow. With locally higher amounts possible. That is definitely going to happen. 2 to 4 inches an hour, expected late Monday night into Tuesday morning. That is great. I think the winds will be 25 to 35 with gusts maybe up to 45 in the city. I do think the 55 to 65 mile an hour gusts will occur east of the city, especially out over Long Island, where you'll be closer to the center of circulation. This reminds me a lot of what happened with the post-Christmas snowstorm of 2010. However, that was a quick mover. This storm is going to sit and spin. So we could be talking about 3, maybe even 4 feet of snow. So please be very vigilant of dangerous driving conditions. Do not go out. I'm telling you, it's going to be extremely bad. There will be coastal flooding. Tidal departures could run 3 to 5 feet above normal. Just from the storm, you might get storms. I mean, there will be some. We're a little bit astronomically high tide right now, plus a 3 to 4 foot storm surge could push some of that water above their banks, especially on the North Shore of Long Island, where you're gonna have a constant north and northeast fetch. You see that pink right there? That is a hurricane force wind warning for the Cape. Yeah, that's a hurricane force wind warning. I'm going to show you Marines. That is a hurricane force wind warning for the Cape. Right here. Just type in. You're going to see hurricane force wind warning. See? Hurricane force wind warning. Gusts to 65 knots. That is hurricane force. However, I think that is a little bit, overblown. But look, this is south of Long Island. Gusts up to 60 knots. So yeah, we couldn't be talking about gusts that strong. Let's see Long Island Sound. Well, the gusts we get there could affect, 45 knots. I think that's more realistic. I think we'll be getting 45 knots translates to about 60 miles an hour. Once it gets on land, the gusts will probably be 30 to 40. You're not going to get 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts on inland. You might get it maybe over Long Island. This is south of New York City. Let me see for the New York Harbor entrance. This is the New York Harbor entrance. See, gale warning. We're not going to get storm force winds in the city itself. And one more time, I'm going to show you the forecast for the city in terms of wind. Gusts to 50 miles an hour. That is a possibility. Snow may be heavy at times. Additional heavy snow accumulations. Additional snow accumulations of 12 to 60 inches with a chance of thunderstorms. Exactly. You will be getting thundersnow. Why? You're going to have very, very convective moisture coming in from the southeast, interacting with very cold air. You're going to have convective nature snow, thunder snow, wind gusts 50, 60 miles an hour. Yes, you could get those kind of gusts if a thunderstorm comes through, if one of these squall bands comes through. Snow with a chance of thunderstorms in the morning. This is going to be rare. This is, I think, once in a decade, maybe even once in a half-century type storm. I spoke to a person who said that they've never seen anything like this since '78. This time, we're going to have plenty of warning. In addition, light snow accumulations, look, 12 to 16 inches, 8 to 12, additional light. So yeah, we'll be talking about tons of snow, especially on Monday and Tuesday. I mean, this is going to last into Tuesday night. Drifts could be 5, 6, 10 feet high. Who knows? This is one storm that I glad I waited for. This year could be one of the best winters I've ever seen. There's more snow coming in on Thursday and Friday. Yeah. Taking aim on New England and in New York City. So yeah, this area is going to be hit by the blizzard. All of this area right here. The worst affected area, I think, has to be Connecticut. No doubt, it's definitely going to be Connecticut. You're going to get, I think Hartford, you will see 40-inch amounts. Rhode Island, 40-inch amounts. Worcester, you'll probably get 40, 50-inch amounts. I am not kidding you. This is one storm you will never forget. Your great-great-grandkids will remember this storm as one of the worst blizzards in U.S. history. And you know what's going to happen with gas prices because of this storm? They're going to plunge. There'll be no cars in the road at all. Mayor de Blasio will probably shut down the city. He might even put a curfew for the city. You might have National Guards being deployed in some of the cities, some of the towns. You remember if any of you remember the blizzard of 78, if any of you live in Scituate, you remember how the National Guard had to be deployed and no one was allowed to enter or leave Scituate because of the coastal flooding. Well, this could be just as bad because of the snowfall and the wind. This is going to be a light snow in terms of weight. You're not going to have power outages because of the snow weighing on the trees. You're going to have power outages just because of the wind alone. So please be very careful. I will update tomorrow afternoon using my camera. Thank you so much and have a great day. Please be safe. Дядя Алик, иди сюда. Дядя Алик, иди сюда. Вот, смотри. Вот, завтра снег. 2 от 2 до 4 инчи. Плюс 12. Вот. Что будет thunderstorm по-русски? Thunderstorm, это что будет по-русски?
Ну, шторм будет.
Thunderstorm.
Thunderstorm.
Что это thunder будет?
Сильный шторм.
Гроза. Будет гром и молния со снегом.
Да, правильно.
Ты сколько раз это видел в Ташкенте?
В Ташкенте, в Москве.
Гром со снегом было?
Нет, гром со снегом не было. Снег только, грома не было.
Никогда. Почему здесь бывает громы со снегом?
Потому что здесь океан.
Теплый океан.
Да.
Правильно!
Послушай, Артур, позавчера показывали, будет снег, и не было снега. 3 дня обещали снег, и не было.
Я не думал, что будет снег. Я знал, что это шторм, который будет чуть-чуть, немножко будет. Они сказали, будет много. А я не верил их. Но этот шторм будет. Еще как.
Еще дай бог, чтобы не было.
Что, не было или что было?
Чтобы не было.
Я хочу, чтобы... А ты любишь снег?
Да, я люблю, да.
А почему ты его не хочешь?
Ну, для водителя, для того деда, он же на машине.
Весь город будет закрытым, никому не нужно будет машину ехать.